The idea of oneness is not new, nor was it born with America. For thousands of years, it's been a basic part of human consciousness, taking countless forms in the world's spiritual, religious, artistic, and cultural traditions. Indigenous life ways, myths showing the interconnectedness of all things, intricate philosophical systems, literature, and art are just a few of the ways we've sought to understand and express oneness. So now, what does it mean to talk about oneness in this increasingly globalized world? Are there simple ways we can recognize and experience oneness in our daily lives? I believe we experience oneness every moment. We breathe the same air. We live under the same sun. We feel the same emotions. The path to oneness begins with an awareness of our real selves, the self within, the divine self. The inner path is our true consciousness. It is along this path that we grow in understanding of our true self. It is a journey of self-discovery that carries great rewards, a more evolved existence. The path we are on, whether we realize it or not, leads us back to a sense of oneness with all life, a connection and oneness. When we discover the path, it is natural that we are somewhat motivated by a self-centered drive to raise our own consciousness, to improve our own outer situation and find truth, to find the highest spiritual teaching. We want to solve various problems in our lives, from overcoming disease or addictions to finding the ideal partner. These are natural desires, yet they are not the motivation that can get us to the very depth of the spiritual path, because they are geared toward raising up yourself as an individual being that you see as separated from all others. Albert Einstein said that our task must be to free ourselves from the prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole nature in its beauty. The true value of a human being is determined by the measure and the sense in which they have obtained liberation from self. I think he was correct. To our ordinary perceptions, the world is a mass of individual life forms, each seeking its own destiny. Yet, behind this appearance is the essential nature of existence, the one divine consciousness. This consciousness expresses itself in the universe in many forms, as you, as I, each with its own will to be. But in fact, each form is an expression of the one, seeking its infinite joy of existence. All true spiritual realization begins with the new perception of the essential oneness of all beings and all things. The spiritual experience of oneness often expresses by the feeling or understanding that we are of one essence. This same experience of soul force that we feel in ourselves is there in each person we encounter. This deep perception has the effect of reducing barriers, the barriers we feel between ourselves and the people around us. That in turn leads to a realization that other people's interests and concerns and ways of expressing their lives are no different and no less important than our own. If we carry this experience into our daily lives, then we cannot help but have a deep and abiding respect and ultimately love for others. For all others that we meet on our path. Living our lives this way inevitably leads to increased energy, happiness, prosperity for ourselves and for everyone else. One spirit, one presence, one mind. Though these relationships seem paradoxical and to some completely impossible, they are profoundly realistic. And their truth is ingrained deep in our human nature.